Hello and welcome to you in a new video from the Digital SAT. This is Mr. Gamal, and in this video we're gonna tackle question 16 from the Digital SAT official test 1. Let's get started. My friends, don't forget that the first step for you to tackle any of the Digital SAT questions is to identify the question type, and you can identify the question type from the question stem. So it says here, which finding, if true, would most directly support the researcher's hypothesis? And from the question stem here, I can say that this is one of the scientific command of evidence questions. Now, after identifying the question type, you must think of how to tackle this type of question, how to tackle command of evidence questions. So command of evidence questions can be tackled in 3 steps. The first step is to identify the hypothesis or the claim from the text. The second step is to paraphrase this hypothesis in your own words to create what we call a test phrase. Okay, and then you're gonna check the test phrase against the answer choices to find a match, and any of the answer choices that can match your test phrase is the correct answer. Now let's get started, or let's spot this into practice. So first of all, I'm gonna read the text carefully to identify the hypothesis. So it says here, in the mountains of Brazil, Barbizonnia tomentosa and Barbizonnia macrantha, 2 plants in the Voltsi family. So here, I know that those terms are very difficult, and it is very clear that they are in Spanish because those mountains are in Brazil. So in or Antes, they don't bother yourself with those terms. What is needed here is to know that in the mountains of Brazil, 2 plants can grow, okay, and can establish themselves on soilless, nutrient-poor patches of quartzite rock. So 2 plants that can grow in Brazil or in the mountains Brazil can grow on the quartzite rock. So plant ecologist Anna and Patricia Di Costa used microscopic analysis to determine that the roots of these 2 plants, which grow directly on the quartzite, those roots have clusters of fine hairs near the root tip. Okay, so further analysis indicated that these hairs secrete both malic and citric acid, so the roots can create acids. The researchers hypothesized, and this is very important because I need to identify the hypothesis. So they hypothesized that the plants depend on dissolving underlying rock with these acids, as the process not only creates channels for continued growth but also releases phosphates that provide the vital nutrient phosphorus. So now, after identifying the hypothesis here, I can paraphrase it, okay, in my own words to create what we call a test phrase. So the hypothesis is that those plants can secrete some acids for 2 things. The first thing is to create some channels, and a very important thing also is to just release the phosphates that are very important for the growth of the 2 plants. So here I can have this test phrase in my mind to check it against the answer choices. So don't forget that the hypothesis is that those plants can create the acids to help them create some channels for the roots to grow, and also to find or to create or to release phosphates. Okay, so it says here, which finding, if true, would most directly support the researcher's hypothesis? Okay, so A says here, other species in the family, the same family of those 2 plants, are found in terrains with more soil but have root structure similar to those of the 2 plants. So it says here that in some areas with soil, some plants that belong to the same family as those 2 plants can grow, and they have some similar structure. This doesn't have anything to do with our hypothesis of that those 2 plants that grow in this quartzite place or sites in Brazil can use the secretion of those acids to create channels and also to find phosphates that are very important for their growth. B says that though though the two plants both secrete acids, okay, each species produces acids in different proportions. For sure, the hypothesis here doesn't have anything to do with the proportions of the acids can be secreted by any of the two plants, so B is not correct because it doesn't support our hypothesis. C says here the roots of the two plants carve new entry points into rocks even when cracks in the surface are readily available. So this is correct. Why? Because even if there are some channels, those plants continue to secrete and create those acids because the acids are not meant only to create some channels, but they have a very important function, which is to create or to release the phosphates that are very important for them to grow. So even though there are some cracks or some channels ready and available for them to grow, but they still secrete those acids to what? To create and release the phosphates or the phosphorus nutrient that is very important for them to grow. So this is correct, okay, and supports the hypothesis made by the researchers. Anyway, we're gonna go through D. So here, the two plants thrive even when transferred to surfaces of rocks that do not contain phosphates. No, for sure, they need phosphate because they just create this process of creating those acids to dissolve some rocks to create the phosphate that is very important for them to grow. Anyway, B is not correct, and the correct answer choice for this is C. And this is one of the scientific command of evidence questions. Thank you and see you in some next videos. Don't forget to follow my channel on YouTube and Facebook, Teaching Tactics with Mr. Gamal, and follow for more videos on how to tackle some wonderful questions from the digital SAT, and don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you.